Hello everyone, Liz here from the Mix and Bowl Homestead. I just wanted to show you this beautiful Nigerian fish rolls I made today. Here are the ingredients. For the filling, you're going to need 2 mackerel fish, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, 1 small onion, 1/4 of a green bell pepper, 1/4 of a yellow bell pepper, half of a medium-sized carrot, 1 teaspoon thyme, 1 small seasoning cube, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil for sauteing the vegetables, and 1 to 2 cups of water. You will have to adjust the water as necessary. For the pastry dough, you're going to need 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, half to 1 tablespoon of table salt, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. If all you have is salted butter, you can still use it, but you will have to omit the salt listed above. 2 eggs, keep 1 to seal the edges of the dough, 1 cup of water. You have to adjust the water as necessary. 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You will also need a frying pan and sufficient oil to fry the fish rolls. This is what a mackerel fish looks like. Now, they did not clean this fish at the fish market, which means I'm going to have to clean it myself. But don't worry, I'm going to spare your eyes for witnessing the unsightly scene created by the cleaning of this here fish. To saute my vegetables, I added about 3 tablespoons of cooking oil to my hot pan, and as you can see, I'm sauteing the vegetables, and this is also when frustration sets in. A small little set of hands decided to unplug my camera, and I did not notice, only because he wanted to plug in his own iPad. Can you imagine? So frustration at this point is an understatement, but frustrated or not, we must continue. Now this is the part where we're going to participate together. I'm going to narrate and you're going to pretend, okay? So pretend that you're seeing this fish. I'm adding my mackerel fish into my pot, and it's going to marinate and cook with these beautiful vegetables that you see here, plus all of these seasonings that I've added. All right? The good thing is that you don't have to pretend anymore. I fixed my camera so we can continue with the Nigerian fish rolls recipe. Show you this, but I am reserving some of the stock before it all dries out, because we do need to add water, and instead of adding a whole entire cup of water, I want to take some of this fish stock to mix it, so that way our dough tastes even better. What I'm going to do is cover the pot and allow it to continue to cook on medium high until all the stock is almost finished. So I'm going to go ahead and measure. I need 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Okay, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of white granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of salt. I have kosher salt, that's the only salt that I have. About a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Mix all this together, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and I just cut it into cubes to make it easier for me. And all I'm going to do is just break the butter into the flour. I didn't have any nutmeg, so like ground nutmeg, so I had to grind my own. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reach over. Sorry, but I need to turn my fish off and move it from the heat. Get into the flour. Okay, now that is done, I'm going to break 1 egg. I was smelling it to make sure that it wasn't bad. I usually break it into another small container, but I forgot. So I'm just going to mix this here, and this is half of the fish stock that we reserved, and then the rest of it is water. So just add it gradually as you mix, and depending on where you are, the type of flour that you're using, if you have to add more water, that is okay. This flour is over 3 years old. This flour was saved in Mylar bags as part of my prepper pantry. Okay, so we're getting there. And again, just adjust your liquid. Okay, my dough has reached the consistency that I was looking for, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it in plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the fish from the pot, and that way it can start cooling because we need to debone this fish. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it out and place it in here. I'm going to leave most of the vegetables in the pot and we will add them later. But right now I just want the fish so that I can debone it. But it needs to cool off first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just break the fish apart and remove the bigger pieces of the bones. And I have to do this before my husband gets here. He will try to eat this. So make sure you're dealing with clean hands. Wash your hands because you might have to put your hands in there. Okay, so use your fork if it's still hot. I'm trying to hurry up, so I'm going to speed up the process. But all you're going to do is just break the fish, and if you find a bone in the process, you know, just get your hand in there and remove it. We want to get all of those bones out. I try to remove as many as I could, but as we are digging in to shred the fish, we are going to see some more bones. Y'all see a bone, y'all better let me know. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add all of the vegetables that we sauteed this fish with, because we need this goodness. And if you see bones in here, you know, just take them out. And there are no more bones, so we can now mix all this together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just roll it out. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my counter. Remember to please make sure you sanitize everything before you start working with the dough. I also have some oil warming up. You want to make sure that you're warming up your oil before you start forming your rolls. So that way the oil will be hot and ready to go. And I'm going to cut it in half. I'm just going to go ahead and cover the dough so it doesn't dry out. And since I still have some flour here, we're going to go ahead and use our pin, what is this thing called? A roller. You roll it kind of sort of like an oval shape. Then you add your egg. And then you're filling 1 tablespoon. And again, I'm using a soup spoon. Let me turn it this way so you can see. You're going to fold, tuck, tuck, and roll, tuck, and roll, tuck, and roll. Like you have to push it in and then roll. Then you can either pinch it, pinch the sides, and your fish roll is ready to hit the oil. So flour your surface. So grab a piece of dough, flatten it out. Make sure your rolling pin has some flour, and roll it. to form like an oval shape. Okay, so we're going to add our egg. Tablespoon of fish filling. You're going to fold, tuck, tuck, and roll it in. Roll and tuck, roll and tuck, roll and tuck, and then you can just keep on rolling, and then it will be sealed on both sides. As you can see, they're starting to turn golden brown. They're starting to get that golden color, so they're almost at a point to take them out. I'm just going to fry them a few more minutes. Our fish rolls are ready. I'm going to go ahead and take them out, and I'm placing them in a plate with some paper towel so they can drain the excess oil. And then to fry them, you want to make sure that your oil is hot, not extremely high. You want to put it maybe like a medium high. I was supposed to make a quantity of 20, and I was going to flash freeze them and then freeze them airtight so I can keep them long term in the freezer. But as you can see, there was a request for them to be fried, and my husband is going to carry them to church with him tomorrow for choir practice. So I'll have to make another batch. But anyway, let me show you what they look like. This is the fish roll, and inside is the fish filling. It's nice and moist. The filling is not runny, and this is just the juice of the meat, and it tastes delicious. I already tasted one. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my husband and ask him to taste it. Okay, so I have my husband here so that he can taste and give me the seal of approval, see what he thinks. Here you go, babe.
It's so moist and juicy.
You like it?
It's understatement if I like it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you did. You guys heard? My husband gave it. Thank you. My husband gave it a seal of approval. All right. I hope you like this recipe and give it a try. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and give this video a like. Also, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please consider subscribing. It will help us grow to continue to put out new content for you guys. And for all of those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much for continuing to come over and watch our videos and support our channel. Y'all have a blessed night.